This video reviews Assemble's Compare feature. In Assemble's multiple model environment, any model or any view can be compared, including those views which contain multiple models. Let's start by opening the COBie Office sample project. Select the architecture model to get started. It's important to note that variances run with your current visibility state. Make changes or set up your view prior to running variants. In this case, I'll select the Office structural model from the model tree and unhide my selection. I'll also group my model by level. And further, I'll verify that my source quantities are set properly. You'll notice that doors, for instance, have a source quantity set to count. Ceilings have a source quantity set to area. If I'd like to change any of these source quantities, simply choose the type and open the Properties panel. At the Instance tab, choose the quantity drop-down and select the quantity you'd like the variance to be run against, and then choose Save. Assemble's variance feature compares the current version to the most previous version by default. The source quantity is the measure by which the models are run against by default. The compare function is available when two or more versions of at least one model in the project have been published, as indicated by the Show Changes button. If you only have one model published, you will not be able to run the compare feature. Click Show Changes to get the compare started. In the variance report, you'll be able to identify the model name that the variance is associated with, and you'll be able to understand which versions are being run in the compare. The labels A and B indicate the primary and secondary models. These columns correlate to the A and B next to the model versions in the compare panel. Model versions can be changed by selecting the drop-down and choosing an alternate version, and then clicking the Update button. You can also add additional columns to the compare. Let's take a look at the toilet partition doors. Let's try and understand if there's an area variance in addition to a count variance. Click on the Columns button in the upper right-hand corner, and then choose Area from the left-hand column. Then click Done. Now the variance will run against area for all the objects in the view. Notice that we did have a variance in area for the toilet partitions between versions A and B of the Office A model. You can further investigate the variances by selecting only those objects that you'd like to see and clicking the Update button. This will narrow in the inventory and the model view to only those variance types that you're exploring. In this case, only the objects that have been added between the model versions. Simply check the variances you'd like to see and click Update. To close the variance, click on X in the upper right-hand corner of the panel. This will return you to your previous state.